Hey, my lovely Willow Vibes Tribe members. I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. And I just wanted to share something. It's it's about the reading I did today. Um, um I don't know. I just almost drew a blank. But anyways, comment, share, and subscribe. Stick around. Hope you do stay. Would love it if you would. Um, so anyways, it's weird because I didn't even think about it when I was rewatching the video so that I knew what to name it and how to, whatever. But when I went to upload it, I'm tripping over my freaking words like a mofo, and that was happening in that reading too. Um, I was I couldn't say words right, and I was feeling very confused. Well, it wasn't even confused. It was just kind of spacey or some shit, which I'm not getting into it, but um, I was around someone who's kind of like that today, and I was just like, wow, maybe that's what I was picking up on. But regardless, that's not important. The details of that aren't important either. But, anyways, so a lot of you know about the Chris Watts case and stuff with Shanae and Bella, Celeste, and baby Nico. Well, that familicide situation that happened, I think it was back in 2018. It's weird because I got really, during that time, I like true crime anyways, because I just like to see how people tick, and I don't know, it's just interesting to me, even though it's sad. But anyways, and we can learn a lot from how predators act, you know what I mean, in different situations, because I don't know, for some reason I feel like I got really hung up on that one case for a reason, and I don't really know what that reason is exactly or who it's for, but I've picked up on that shit energy before, even without thinking of that case or any other case that's similar, you know. But I got really obsessed with it. I watched every freaking thing on it, by different different creators, and I saw every angle. I watched the interrogations, interviews, all of that, and I would literally dissect it, and it was kind of crazy. But anyways, it was interesting, and I don't know why I got so hung up on it. And I heard it had something to do with a warning and warning signs. So, and I would talk about it publicly too. So there could be someone who needs to pay attention to certain warning signs within their home situation, because Shanann didn't see that shit coming. You know what I mean? In the second, uh, Chris basically got questioned or caught, was when the shit hit the fan. Because he had a mistress, NK. But anyways, regardless of the details of that, I haven't thought about the case in quite some time. And I'm scrolling through, I did my reading this morning, and I'm scrolling through, or this afternoon, whatever. I'm scrolling through YouTube, and there, a lot of people are talking about the case again, and autopsy reports, and just, what adds up, what doesn't add up, shit like that. Because I'm like, why is this resurfacing? But I do remember back when I did a channeled message on the case, back when it was fresh, pretty much right after it happened. I said that I always thought the mistress was involved. I always thought she was part of it, and not just in a I'm dating the killer kind of way. No, I feel like she planted the seed, because jealousy, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of factors at play, and I feel like she's a liar. And if you watch her interviews, you could totally tell she's just, I don't even know how the hell the cops didn't catch on to her bullshit. But anyways, regardless, it doesn't matter. So I said that back then. And the reading I did today, okay, oh wait. So the reading I did today, actually, it seems like that situation. I don't know if it's happening for somebody else, but I clicked on one of the videos, and it was autopsy reports and stuff. But in the reading I did earlier, I went like this, and I'm like, oh, it feels like somebody poked me in the fucking neck or chin area, and I didn't know what the hell that would be. Well, I'm just listening to the autopsy report and stuff, because I'm weird like that, and that's that is how he killed her. He didn't like smother her, he didn't choke her like that or whatever. I don't know exactly how he did it, but there was a bruising like that, like where I poked. And I was like, wait a minute. And I stopped the fucking video, and then all of a sudden, the last part of this morning's reading, the cards with the, I'm picturing it in my head again, which I never remember a setup or a spread and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, that last spread popped in my head, and it was the Queen of Wands, the Empress, which can be a mother, someone who's on top of their game, you know what I mean? And Confusion, which was the Two of Swords. And then there was the King of Swords reversed, which is narcissism big time, someone who's a fucking cocksucker, just saying. And shit, I can't remember what the other one was, what the last card was. Because the Four of Coins was in that too. But anyways, it was mainly that part that I remembered. And right after I heard that report, and I'm going, oh my God. Because if you actually read it that way, I did say that the Queen of Wands was very jealous and was watching that woman. And Chris is obviously a psychopath, narcissist, something's fucking wrong with his ass, you know, and he wasn't communicating with his wife. You know, he was lying to her, which the King of Swords can do that bullshit too. And there was a lot of confusion between him and her, like on her end, because like, why'd you change up? You know, you were so loving, a family man, this, that, whatever, and now what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Should I hurt her or just cut it off? That's what I said with the Two of Swords. Should I hurt her or just cut it off? I really hope that it's not a warning message for someone in a situation like that. Because that's, I don't know, that popped up, and that's what happened to her and her family, you know, and her girls. And the beginning part of that reading with quality time and talking and text, I said there was some significance with unexpected messages and texts and all this shit. That was all part of that case too. But that could be in somebody else's situation as well. I don't know. It's either I'm picking up on the Chris Watts case because it's resurfacing, because I'm telling you, NK's involved. But regardless, it's either resurfacing or there's a situation that is parallel to what happened there that's coming up. That is, it blew my mother effing mind. I'm going to rewatch that reading and look at it from that perspective, because I wasn't thinking anything like that. Whenever I sit down and do a reading, especially publicly, it could be anything for anyone, because I don't know who I'm reading for. I don't know what it's about, because I don't have a focus. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not focused on a specific person or a specific situation. It's for who's the viewer and viewers, if it resonates. And sometimes some of the things I do pick up on are things that, you know, maybe that's an interest of yours. Maybe you're looking into it, or like into that case or something. Maybe that's why it was coming up, but I don't feel like that's it. That was literally that case. Like I said, I'm going to go over it again and look at it through a different lens, you know, from a different perspective, which I feel like there are some readings that some people do need to do that with. So like, say you watched a reading, I don't know, a year ago or whatever, whenever, right when it was recorded a year ago, and whatever was going on in your world, you were watching that reading going, no, that's not for me, or maybe that could have been my ex or something, or you know what I mean? Like, because we tend to view things in the way that, from our own perspective, basically, with the circumstances that surround us. Do you know what I mean? So if you're, I don't know, like, it's just a different mindset, because I feel like there's a reading. I don't know if it's a warning or not. I have no clue what this message is. I don't know who the reader is, but it's a reading that you saw one way once upon a time, and now it's relevant to you. I said this before, not too long ago, actually. And now it's relevant to you, and you'll see it clearly. You'll see it through a crystal clear lens. Like, because it's important to you now. And even if it didn't seem important then, or even if it did, it's different. The message is going to change. Even though the reading is still the same, the message for you is going to change. Yeah, there's something from the past that someone needs to look at. I'm just saying. We got to go back over shit. Because if you think about it, when you're going over evidence, you're going over things. And then with cold cases, or if there's a new lead or this or that, in any case, you go back over stuff and you see things more clearly because the emotions in the situation have died down. So it's not as crazy and hectic and because a lot of times when we're just like, oh shit, what the is going on here, like, and we're a mess, we can't concentrate. So we're gonna miss shit. We're gonna miss details. We're gonna miss, yeah, it's like a crazy situation going on for someone where something, information, evidence, a problem was missed, information was missed because of someone's circumstances, because of the energy surrounding them or their emotional state. And they're going to see it now. That's what that is. But yeah, that blew my mind. And I don't know why I get so like, over this stuff, because it happens to me all the time, but it's still interesting and cool and like, what? Like, it's mind fucking blowing. It really is, because some of the crap I don't know that I know. And then once I figure it out, I go, holy shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's easier to decipher messages, like, if I'm delivering them, if it's for someone specific. You know what I mean? Like, if it's someone I know and they want a reading or they want me to read into whatever, and just, even if it's just a quick channeling, it's easier to place the information because I'm talking to that person directly and whatever. But on a public platform, in a public setting, there's so many of you, that it's hard to pinpoint exactly where it fucking goes. Because that would be a very public situation, you know what I mean? I'm not saying she's watching my shit. But regardless of that case, there's something similar here. There's a jealous lover or ex. I don't know if it might be a lover. Someone that narcissistic a-hole dated or is dating or is talking to or something, is paying attention to you. It's paying attention to a feminine energy, a female. And they're jealous. I don't know. It almost feels like, because what happened in that case, because I know it's popping in for a reason. What happened in that case is, if you look back, if you go over her search history on her work computer, on her fucking phones and all that shit, she had Googled or searched Shanann Watts. She had looked her up and was stalking her ass before she even met Chris. Before they even interacted, I should say, because she could have came across him. But it's almost like when a psycho sees, okay, this is kind of what it feels like. So I don't know who this is for, or if it's just pertaining to this case or something. So click off if you're not interested. But anyways, this is just how my mind works, She had like searched for her before they connected. But if you think of it from like a stalker, psychotic fucking place, this could have happened to someone. Whether it's going to happen or it did happen, and not just in that case. But anyways, you come across a profile and you're like, ooh, he's cute. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it's a woman doing this, who's the stalker creeper one. The brains of the operation, apparently. But anyways, she obviously wasn't that fucking smart, just saying. I know she got away with it, but I don't know how. I really don't. And maybe not forever. I just feel like something else is coming up with that bitch. I just do. Anyways, it's like seeing the perfect family. Like, oh, you have a nice house, you have beautiful kids, you have a beautiful wife. Like, I want your life. That's amazing. And then she infiltrates the system, basically. She learns all that she needs to know about this motherfucker, you know what I mean? So it's like, she knows that he's married, she knows all this shit. She knows his likes, his dislikes. because she learns it because Shanann posted everything on fucking line. Like on Facebook, she was a public figure basically. Her whole family was just right out there. Everything that they would do, you know, the fact that he loved racing and he loved the Pittsburgh Steelers and, you know, all that fucking shit, you know, it was all that stuff. So she basically created a persona, a mask, if you will, to tickle his fancy. Because when you've been married for a while and you got fucking kids and stuff, life can get dull, it can get stressful, and, you know, especially if someone's weak-minded and they're easily tempted. Because he had never strayed away before, you know? And then all of a sudden, his perfect fucking woman shows up, you know, like she loves the same shit as him. She's basically catering to all his wants and needs, you know, and she's trying to be very sexual and draw him in, seduce his ass, and it fucking worked. But doesn't that make sense? That's what that bitch did. I'm just saying, that's what she fucking did. That's what she did. I don't know why I keep pointing over. It's like I'm pointing at the Queen of Wands. Like, that's what that fucking bitch did. Yeah, so, okay. For some of you, if this already happened, and I'm not saying it led to murder and shit, but problems, you know? Because obviously it would end your marriage and cause a lot of discord and shit like that. There is a woman, because I feel like part of this has happened. I don't know if it's coming up or not. I don't know. I feel like it happened in the past for some reason. Whatever it is for you, because different timelines, you know. There's a woman here who stalked you, especially if you're another woman, a married woman, a mother, you know, just whatever. You might not be married anymore if this has already happened, or you won't be when you find out what the shit's going on, if this is your situation. But this woman stalked you to get your man, to get your life, because she liked what she saw. But you know what's funny? When that shit happens, like without the murder and stuff, it never turns out to be as picturesque as whoever's doing it thinks, because it's not meant for you, for one, and karma's a real see you next Tuesday, you know what I mean? So whatever the situation is, if it already happened, it didn't pan out. Like, even if you got divorced or separated or your situation crumbled down, oh, something bad happened with that one. Just saying, you know? Like I said, karma. But that's really what it feels like, is some woman basically came between you and whoever you were with out of jealousy. It's so crazy how this shit comes out. I'm just saying. I don't know. It just popped up out of fucking nowhere. Just popped up out of nowhere. Maybe something popped up out of nowhere. I said there was messages that were coming out of nowhere. I don't know. I feel like I'm thinking there's mountains here. I know Colorado, mountains and shit like that, but it's definitely difficult, whatever the situation is, or it will be. I don't know, something to do with the mountains, like going to the mountains. Want to live in the mountains? Maybe you do. I don't know. Whatever the hell the mountains are. I just want to pull a few cards, but this is just like, oh, it's kind of cool. I like it when I get information like that. So I'm curious to see if anything happens with that specific case, but I feel like it's kind of like a reminder. Maybe that's where the whole you dodged a bullet shit's coming in. Hopefully no one literally has to dodge one, you know what I mean? Because if you think about it, if someone comes in and fucks up something for you, it obviously wasn't meant for you, and it would have got fucked up down the line anyways, because it takes two to tango, it really does. So if someone's gonna, even if they're a psycho and they're just appealing to your partner, if your partner chooses to leave and get involved in that situation, that's their fucking choice. And it means that they don't really love you as much as you thought, you know what I mean? So you dodged a bullet when somebody came in and wrecked something for you because it wasn't meant for you. And that person could have caused more damage to you, or would've or could've or will if this doesn't occur. Oh, that could be that fucking, when I was talking about tower moments and stuff, and how when really bad things happen to us, we don't look at it as a fucking blessing. You know, we look at it as like, oh, I wish that didn't happen. This is horrible. You know, this situation is complete shit and whatever. And then after some time passes, you look back and you go over things and you go, whew, I'm so glad that ended. I wish it didn't end the way it did, but you know, it is what it is, and lesson learned. Thank God, you know. Somebody dodged a fucking bullet, and it was because a psycho came in the picture and actually tore the problem right out of your life, or they will. So you won't end up like Shanann, you know what I mean? I can't say or worse, because that is the worst outcome. Just saying. That is like the saddest fucking story, it really is. But anyways. I just heard in my head, I hope that guy rots in fucking jail. Me too, I hope he does too. And he will. If he thinks that he can get out, especially if he has more information, he finally opens his fucking mouth about what really happened. And if anything comes up with that specific case, he's still gonna sit there for the rest of his fucking life. Maybe he'll get the death penalty for, like, maybe they can change it, who knows. But regardless, it's not about that case. It's a similarity. And I think I said that back when I was talking about it, because it's come up a couple times. I just heard it is and it isn't. So part of the message is about that case, because something's changing with it. I don't know what exactly, but I feel like it has something to do with the mistress person. Hopefully she's not going to do it again. Wouldn't that be fucking dumb, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, maybe. Anyways, regardless, something's coming up with that, but there's some situation that's very similar without the, you know, ending it all kind of thing. But that's just, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm reeling right now. Manifesting, multidimensional perception, and attunement. I just heard you're really connected to source, to higher knowledge. Because dinosaurs and shit are flying around here, and there's bubbles and stars and all kinds of craziness going on. And it's almost like this can't be happening type energy. This can't be true. This can't be real. Someone might be having a hard time believing in their own situation, not just in their own abilities and gifts, and like if we're talking spiritual gifts and stuff. Maybe there's people around you that don't believe you. They're having a hard time believing in what you're saying and what's coming up, like coming out of your mouth or whatever. Or you're in disbelief, because I'm over here going, oh, like I'm all shocked and shit. So it could be something like that, but I almost feel like whatever your situation is, especially if that warning message and shit is for you, you're in disbelief about the situation. Like, he would never do that. She would never do that. Do you know what I mean? Shit like that. But it's the motherfuckers you least expect, because that's what everyone said about Chris Watts. That's why this is still coming up. You know, that's why it's important. That's why the details are important. I don't know. He could remind you of someone or that whole situation. You know what I mean? Everything leading up to it, because it's all public. Look it up. Watch it. Maybe you can relate on a deeper level than you even realized. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone loved Chris. He was helpful. He was funny. Well, he was really that funny. He was kind of quiet. He was a quiet dude. But he was helpful. Like, he wasn't an a-hole. He was a good friend to have, you know, that type of shit. He would fix things. He was a good dad. You know, he was a good husband. He did everything right. You know what I mean? Like, picture fucking perfect. Well, guess what? Anyone or anything that's picture perfect is not fucking perfect. There's a flaw in there, and you just gotta find it. But anyways, no one saw it coming because of his persona. No one saw it coming. There's a situation like that where it's just like, no one's gonna see this fucking coming. Like, you? I think I've said that in a reading too before. Like, you did this? Holy shit. Like, what the? Something like that. I don't know why the fuck I was talking about the dinosaurs. I know they're flying around here, but it's an oddity. That okay, something that's odd. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. Okay? So it could be something that someone's doing, saying, whatever. Something isn't fitting together. It isn't making full sense. So if someone's explaining something to you, it's like, okay, yeah, wait. That doesn't go with that. Like, it's contradicting energies or something, or information. Because you get to pick out the oddity. You got to pick out what's weird, what stands out. Because there's something that's fishy here. Okay, well, what is it? There's an oddity. There's something that stands out. Because it doesn't belong. Something to do with time zones as well. I don't know, maybe you live in a different time zone as this person, or someone relocated. Something doesn't make sense here. I'm still staring at the fucking dinosaur, the pterodactyl thing. I don't know if it has to do with flying, because they're flying, but it stands out. Someone's neck. There could be something on someone's neck. I mean, that's kind of how Shanann passed, just saying, but something doesn't make sense here. With the neck. I really don't know. Now I'm pointing to the back of her neck. Well, that, I don't know, my hands are small, but yeah, no, if you did the back of the neck, you wouldn't have a bruise up here unless you were like this. Why am I doing that? I don't know, something to do with an angle? Okay, let's see. Give me more. Something to do with an angle. Like being at a weird angle. Or the angle of something. Because it's not looking at something from a different angle. It kind of is with like change of perspective and shit like that. But, oh, something to do with an angle? Being at a weird angle. Okay. Choosing the right path for us. I just heard I'm going to make this happen. Choosing the right path. I'm going to make this happen. Someone was trying to make something happen, like, between two people. I don't know if it's like Psycho Psycherson, who's like, I'm gonna make you love me kind of thing, or if somebody was trying to connect two people, like, I'm going to make this happen. It's making me think of spiritual messages again, like signs, synchronicities. I'm gonna make this happen for money. But it's not a spiritualist who's making anything happen. Okay, so for someone, especially if you are a reader or anything like that, yeah, because we have spiritual work and self-discovery. Someone could have messed with you while you were trying to figure yourself out, figure situation out, just figure life out, spirituality, whatever. It's a journey, it's a process, and it's a forever process because we're always evolving and growing. But this is like somebody wanted money. So, okay, for example, if you're on fucking YouTube or any platform, public platform, and you're a spiritualist, because this has to do with science and shit, and there's really not much else that would pertain to in a financial sense. Do you know what I mean? So what's popping in my head is so, because I said there's something to do with money and being around and being connected to someone because of money. You know, like they want to be around when something good happens for you, or if it already did happen, they want to be part of it, even though whatever this is, it's yours. Like it's not a collective thing. It's not for everyone. It's just for you. That kind of thing. Like the financial win, whatever it is. And it's like, oh, I see dollar signs. Oh my god, I said that in one of my latest readings. I drew that in my spiritual book. Someone's seeing dollar signs. And an opportunity, a piss poor opportunity. So if you're a reader and you're picking up on energies and you're talking about signs and you're seeing this and that and whatever you're saying, even if what you're saying doesn't pertain to you personally, someone was paying attention and would not only mimic what you were saying, but like, for example, happy birthday, and then all of a sudden there's a happy birthday card or balloon or whatever in your path. Or, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like you mention an apple and there's apples, or whatever the fuck you mention. It's just, it ends up in your path. Because if people can see, then they will believe. But seeing isn't always believing. You gotta have fucking faith. And if you believe, you do have faith. You know what I'm saying? But that was someone's thought process. If people see, they'll believe. Cha-ching. I wonder, because that was happening on my spiritual drives. And I was always questioning it. And obviously, most of you who follow me forever, you fucking know it. That I'd go over stuff and I would share it. But then there were certain things where I would hear in my head, don't share it. Stop talking about it. And I did. And guess what? It stopped. I stopped talking about it. I stopped sharing shit. And the problem stopped. That could also pertain to the situation I was talking about in the beginning with the stalker woman. You know what I mean? Like, you stop sharing anything personal, anything of value, any information that they can use against you or towards this other person or whatever, and then the problem's eradicated. You got rid of a stalker bitch. I'm just saying, there's someone who was, they were like a little sponge soaking up all the information that is you and your life. So once you stop, or once you did stop, or once you do, bye-bye problem. That's what it feels like. I don't know, this is a weird one. I guess I'm not pulling any more cards. But I had to say it because it came in so strong, because I'm just sitting at the counter and I'm just listening to the report, because, you know, it's a sad topic, so I'm not sitting there all happy-go-lucky, you know. And I'm like, listen, because it's a medical report, you know, it's the legit autopsy, so they explain in medical terms and all that shit. So I'm just listening, and because I didn't have pictures and stuff as a podcast, I was just listening to the podcast. Maybe somebody was listening to a podcast of someone's. I don't know why that would be significant, but regardless, I don't know what it is. It just, I don't know. That just that case clicked with the reading that I did today. And then everything else, I knew the second I sat down, everything else would kind of flow in due time, because that's what happens. Because I don't sit here and think about the messages that come out. I don't sit here and, like, I don't have a script, obviously, because half the time I'm tripping over my fucking words, you know what I mean? But anyways, I don't, so whatever comes out and comes up it flows through me, because I don't even have a topic at hand when I sit down. I mean, I did right this second, because I was like, holy crap, you know. Maybe that's going on for someone who has a podcast or a public platform of some kind. Like, they didn't really have any ideas. They would just be like, whatever comes up kind of thing. We'll just roll with the punches, go with the flow. And maybe it wasn't flowing for someone. or flowing for them, because that's not very structured. I mean, tarot isn't supposed to be structured. It's if it is, it's fake. I'm just saying. I mean, you can have spreads and stuff, but the information, spirit, I don't know. The information comes in and out in waves, and it's different information for different people. So it's just kind of like, it's never scripted. I mean, if it is scripted, you'll know, because it just if it seems too perfect, then it fucking is, But anyways, um, regardless of readings and shit like that, somebody, maybe they do need a script. I mean, if they have a podcast, maybe it needs to be scripted, at least to a degree. I don't know, that's some problem with someone's fucking podcast. I don't really know what that's about, and I don't know why that's coming up, because this was kind of a morbid, I was gonna say a morbid tale. I don't know, a morbid reading. Messages, curiosity. Signs. Sign, everywhere, sign. It's fucking up someone's mind, I'm just saying. Because circles are significant too, or a circle. Could be a group of friends, like a circle of people. I don't know, the ring light's a fucking circle, a little stop thing's a circle on here, but it feels like, could even be like, I don't know, it's making me think of a circle of protection. When you put salt around your ass, like, you're protected from the evil. Well, you're protected either way, but I don't know, I feel like you're seeing something very differently, or someone around you is. Like, wow, I was looking at that all fucking wrong. Because they were looking at it from their own perspective. Or a hurt place. Or an angry place. Like, because if somebody says something and you're perturbed with them, you're upset with them, everything they say is, like, so bitchy and they're just an asshole, you know what I mean? You're just like, you motherfucker. They can tell you that they love you and you'd be like, you're such a dick. But just because of the way they say it, because of how you feel. Someone was looking at something you were saying and doing it in that way because they're mad at you. It's kind of what it feels like. But anyways, I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here now because this is the end of this one. But I love you guys.